You're watching Weather AM this Sunday, May the 25th, here at the Weather Network. I'm Victoria Fenn, Alvarado. Thanks for tuning in. Well, your conditions have remained fairly chilly across the east, specifically Atlantic Canada, just below seasonal in those single digits. St. John's this afternoon, just about 6 degrees, and really just inching closer to the mid-teens for those in Halifax, just about 11 degrees this afternoon. We do have some more rain left to fall as we head into your Monday morning, but then after Monday, clearer skies. So that's better news. Just about 10 millimeters for those in Halifax, as well as Moncton and northern portions of Newfoundland, 20 millimeters. Still possible with this low that's just lingering, bringing in that rainfall. But here's a look at Monday and Tuesday. Sunny skies on Tuesday, so you can certainly enjoy that. And better news, just to have something to look forward to, at least your temperatures are starting to rise as well. Halifax, you get upwards of 23 degrees on Wednesday. And again, the icons indicating sunshine. St. John's finally in those double digits. Monday, you'll have to deal with chilly conditions, but as we head into your Wednesday, better news there. As for those across southern Ontario, I should say, it has been soggy the past week. Ongoing rain for many of us widespread across the entire province. As we head into your Monday, clearer skies, but we will have to deal with the potential of a thunderstorm possibility on your Sunday, specifically Sunday evening. Those temperatures are starting to warm up. So do keep in mind that that just helps to fuel the thunderstorm energy, which is also why the risk remains for those on Monday east of the GTA. Ottawa, you remain in the risk for both days. So make sure you are weather aware if you're in the Ottawa, Kingston, Cornwall area. And I mentioned those temperatures starting to rise, inching closer to 20 degrees. Windsor could get upwards of 19 degrees today. However, the overnight conditions still fairly chilly. So if you do need to head out this evening, do keep in mind you should have perhaps a sweater or even a raincoat, as we could see that rain moving on in with the thunderstorm capabilities. Now, as we head into your early work week, we do start to warm up. Ottawa getting upwards of 24 degrees. Sudbury even holding on to some heat at 23 degrees. As we head to the west, a different story, or I should say a similar story to southern Ontario. While your temperatures are warm and they remain warm, we do have the potential for thunderstorm capabilities on your Sunday night in through Monday with this rain that we see here Monday afternoon. Now, do keep in mind the risk remains from Kelowna up towards Grand Prairie. Heavy rain, small hail, even strong wind, all associated with this potential risk of the thunderstorm. And that risk also there for Alberta, as well as this rain makes its way through on your Monday. Clearer skies on Tuesday, but here's a look at that risk for Monday. More severe potential anywhere from Red Deer, Edmonton, and just north of Edmonton, east of Whitecourt. Make sure that you tune into the Weather Network as we continue on into your Sunday so we can get some more clarity on the thunderstorm potential as we head into your evening and into your early work week. Anticipated barbecue season is here, but before you fire up that grill, there are a few basic steps you can take to help the longevity of your barbecue, but also keep you safe. First things first, do a circle check. Look for structural damage or cracks. Open the lid and take a look at your grill.
Having inconsistencies because
to clean your barbecue, simply use dish soap and water. Nothing too abrasive unless you find excessive rust.
Unfortunately, you can do more harm than good with covering a grill. So when it's nice out, you got good weather, no rain in the forecast per se, it's best to leave that cover off. You don't want to keep any moisture trapped into the grill.
It's recommended to use these tips every second time you use your barbecue. Always remember, a barbecue is an outdoor appliance only, and never leave it unattended. Happy grilling. Yes, barbecue season. If you're in the prairies, it's the perfect day to have a barbecue with your friends and family on this Sunday. Upwards of almost 25 degrees in some places like Saskatoon, for example. Sunny skies anywhere from Winnipeg all the way to Calgary this afternoon. You could also potentially enjoy the barbecue weather for those across Alberta. However, as we head into your evening, that's when we could expect the risk for even some thunderstorm activity anywhere from the interior of BC up towards towards Alberta. Like I mentioned, though, Saskatchewan and Manitoba, you do remain dry, at least for this Sunday. Now, as we head into your Sunday evening and Monday, do be aware that we have more severe potential anywhere from Red Deer north of Edmonton. Heavy rain, strong wind, even small hail could be seen with this type of system. Now, as for those across the interior of British Columbia, your Sunday evening as well, that's when you could start seeing potentially some thunderstorm watches popping up in your region from Kelowna up towards Grand Prairie. Now, as we head to the east, it has not been the perfect barbecue weather, especially across southern Ontario, where we've seen rain for the past almost 7 days. Well, luckily, I have better news. As we head into your work week, you finally get more of a drying pattern, but we could see some instability today, even bringing the risk for the potential of thunderstorm activity there as well, anywhere along the shores of Lake Ontario, Toronto, up towards Barrie, as well as north of the GTA from Chapleau to Ottawa, even Montreal in this non-severe potential risk. However, do be weather aware on Monday because the risk remains this time east of the GTA, anywhere from Cobourg towards Cornwall, Ottawa. You are remaining in that severe potential for thunderstorm activity. So stay with us at the Weather Network as we continue to monitor these systems. And heading back home, we are watching for the potential for thunderstorm activity, not just across southern Ontario, but as well Alberta too. I'll show you Alberta in just a second, but first we're going to start off our weather forecast here in the east, where temperatures are slowly starting to warm up, but warmth helps to fuel storm activity. While this low is departing from Atlantic Canada, you could expect showers throughout the Maritimes today. However, if we take a look at southern Ontario, we do have energy capable of producing thunderstorm activities anywhere from Chapleau to Ottawa, even ranging towards Quebec, the Montreal region as well. The risk remains south towards Lake Ontario through Toronto, with heavy rain being one of the factors associated with this, strong wind gusts and small hail. The risk continues into your Monday as well, stretching from Cornwall all the way to Cobourg. So you're certainly going to want to be weather aware as we enter the rest of your weekend and your early work week. As for those on the west, your temperatures are starting to warm up as well. However, we do have the risk for thunderstorm activity across Alberta. While the prairies, you do remain dry. Here's a look at some of the rain that's heading towards northern portions of British Columbia to start off your Sunday. But as we head into Monday, that's when we see this rain and this line moving towards the interior and Alberta. This is why we watch this risk on Monday. Edmonton, heavy rain, strong wind gusts, large hail, all associated with this. And the risk also for those across portions of Alberta, or BC's interior, I should say. So stay with us as we continue to monitor the active weather ahead. Thanks for tuning in to Weather AM on your Sunday. You're watching the Weather Network here. I'm Victoria Fenn Alvarado with all of your forecast details from across the country. Now, your temperatures are starting to warm up across the east, but with the warmth, we do have some unstable atmosphere that's could create the risk of potential thunderstorms, heavy rain, strong wind gusts anywhere from Chapleau to Ottawa, even Montreal in that, and along the shores of Lake Ontario. Toronto could potentially see a thunderstorm as well on your Sunday. As we head into Monday, the risk remains, so do be weather aware both days. Now, this risk for your Monday is anywhere from Cobourg all the way to Cornwall, so east of the GTA, mainly affected by that. As you can see, the rain moving on through. This is where we could see the potential for thunderstorm activity. Specifically this evening is likely when you could expect the majority of the rain, as well as this. This is our thunderstorm energy. It's called CAPE, and this is what we watch for. This is how we look at any lightning strikes, perhaps, that you could see in the area. Meanwhile, as for those across Atlantic Canada, you still have more rain left to fall, upwards of 15 millimeters for those in Moncton, Halifax. Meanwhile, northern portions of Newfoundland, upwards of 20 millimeters of rain is possible. Now, here's a look at the rain from this low that is soon departing, giving way to clearer skies on your Monday. There's finally a break from the rain for many of you, and those temperatures starting to slowly rise. As for those on the west, upwards of the mid-20 degrees across the prairies and clear skies today. That's good news. But as we head into your Sunday evening, that's when we watch for the risk for potential thunderstorm activity across Alberta. Red Deer to Edmonton, that's where we're watching for the more severe potential risk of heavy rain, strong wind gusts, and large hail. Any surrounding areas from Grand Prairie, Fort McMurray, down to Lethbridge, Calgary as well in that risk. Again, Sunday night potentially would be the biggest impact, and as we head into Monday as well, parts of the interior could also see the non-severe thunderstorm risk anywhere from north of Grand Prairie down to Kelowna. Heavy rain, strong wind, and small hail could all be associated with this, and you could see some showers today on your Sunday throughout the interior, continuing for Monday evening and Monday afternoon. Northwestern portions of the coast also remaining wet until at least your Tuesday evening. And our summer forecast releases on Wednesday, May 28th. Beginning at 6 a.m. Eastern Time. You are not going to want to miss this. This is when we give you a sneak peek of the summer ahead, and I know many people are looking forward to the summer conditions. We are going to re-release the summer forecast as well next weekend, so if you do miss it on Wednesday, do tune in next weekend, and we will be sure to get you covered. If you do have any pictures or videos, feel free to send them in of your forecast at Victoria Fenn Alvarado or at the Weather Network. It is Sunday, May the 25th. You're watching Weather AM here at the Weather Network. Thank you for joining us. Yes, it's been quite rainy the past week. Luckily, we have some drying conditions on the way, but first we have to get through the thunderstorm potential that we are watching. We are slowly going to start warming back up with those temperatures. We've been quite unseasonably cool the past couple of weeks. And if you stick around during In the Know, I have some tips to help you get your barbecue ready for maintenance and preparation for the summer season ahead. Our summer forecast is being released on Wednesday, so you're certainly going to want to tune in then. It is a very exciting time where we give you a sneak peek of the summer conditions in your forecast for the next couple months, I should say. Now, as for Sunday afternoon in Niagara Falls, just about 15 degrees with partly cloudy skies today. If you are in Toronto or headed to Toronto, 16 degrees. And that icon indicating some rain. I did mention the thunderstorm potential. Here's Nadine Powell with more. Thank you for joining us. We have all of your forecast details in just a second, but I want to show you this wonderful time lapse from Toronto. Just yesterday, you can see the cloud cover building. James, our videographer, sent this in, and we love when you share your pictures and videos here with us on Weather AM. Thank you for joining us this Sunday here on the Weather Network. Meteorologist Nadine Powell will be joining us in just a moment. Just about 16 degrees in Toronto this afternoon. As we head into the overnight, though, keep in mind temperatures dropping just about 8 degrees in that single-digit range. And if you do have a picture or video like the one that we just saw that James sent us, feel free to share it at Victoria Fenn Alvarado or at the Weather Network on any social media platform. All right, as promised, here's your forecast with Nadine. On this edition of In the Know, we are talking all about the pattern swing across the country. And gloomy and soggy. We have meteorologist Nadine Powell to help us understand more of what we can expect for the rest of the month of May and even into June, which reminds me, Nadine, it is our summer forecast this Wednesday, and I know people are looking forward to summer. Some people really want to know what they can expect in their region. We have all the details on Wednesday, 6 a.m. Eastern Time at the Weather Network. Now, Nadine, you're a fan of summer, correct?
Of course, and I think you are too.
100%. I am looking for the sunshine and the warm conditions. And across the country, the past couple of weeks, we've seen the prairies, for example, they've been really warm, but other places like southern Ontario, not so hot.
Yeah, I mean, we're coming down to the final few days of the month, but
oh, the active pattern. Not what I wanted to hear to end off the month of May, but let's take a look deeper into the temperature pattern, because that's been a huge topic of conversation. It's been quite chilly across the east. Newfoundland, for example, St. John's, just about single digits the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, so if we show you the temperature pattern for us moving through the next couple of days.